So I have been wanting to talk about Quibi for some time, basically since it launched. However, I wanted to get some time to live with the content and get my own opinion on the service itself. Now right away, I will say it, we don't need any more streaming services. I feel like at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if even social media apps like Instagram and Twitter tried a subscription model. Oh, wait. Point is, I, along with the vast majority of people, would say I'm tired of subscription streaming services. However, I might be in the minority here in saying that Quibi isn't actually bad.
I could have done better. I will do better. I am going to be better. Can't believe I'm actually doing this.
Honestly, it's pretty good. Now I say this, but I think Quibi, the way it came out, was horrible, and I think they really fumbled the bag every single step that they had from launch all the way till now still. Let me explain. Quibi being a streaming service focused on quick bite content for mobile watching. First, this sounds stupid.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Second of all, when have you ever heard anyone saying, hey, did you guys see that new Game of Thrones episode on your phones this week? Or did you ever hear anyone saying, how was that new Breaking Bad on your iPhone? No one's ever said that. No one's ever bragged or talked about watching a certain show on their mobile device, ever. At least not for me. I don't really ever see that. So in my opinion, they completely dropped the ball here. I don't think them releasing short form content is the issue, and I also don't think dropping it during COVID is the issue. I actually think the idea of short shows that don't waste your time and get straight to the meat of the story is cool and unique, and it also feels like a really good selling point that's actually something that would interest you versus just another streaming service that has different content. It actually has something unique with the content. However, there is no arguing movies and shows are best viewed at home or in a theater. Sure, you can watch them on your devices, but that usually isn't most people's first option, and it's actually most people's last option is watching things on a phone or even a tablet for the most part. I could see them making content possibly mainly for the mobile user, but still supporting those of us that want to watch it on a laptop or a smart TV. But Quibi said fuck right off, we are not making that shit. It is now August, almost 6 months since Quibi has launched, and I still can't watch this shit on my TV. Now, normally I wouldn't be upset over this, but after I took the time to actually watch some of Quibi shows, notably the ones I really enjoyed was 50 States of Fright, The Fugitive, Most Dangerous Game, and The Stranger, I have to say they're all pretty damn good shows. Now, keep in mind, these are not Netflix's Ozark or HBO's Watchmen level of good, but they by no means feel cheap or feel super low budget or like C-list content in any way. And honestly, all the shows I've seen so far have been great in terms of the ones I mentioned earlier. There are some stinkers, but when you find a good show on Quibi, they're actually pretty good, and they're pretty well directed, and generally I found to be a lot better than most content that you're going to find on these really subpar streaming services. Now, Quibi's asking price is pretty cheap. It's starting at $5 a month, and it also has some of Hollywood's biggest names attached to it. I mean, they got even Sam Raimi directing shit for him, so there's a lot of names attached to this project. I guarantee at least one celebrity, director, actor, writer, producer, whatever you're into, has a show or has some sort of connection to some content on Quibi, so there's at least something there, I think, for most people. Now, I think the biggest issue holding back Quibi is just pure lack of support. It's hard to take a new streaming service seriously if they won't even allow the customer to watch their content on a screen that's bigger than 6 inches. Although Quibi has made subtle hints that TV apps are coming and that they might be coming soon and that whole thing, they've remained pretty stubborn and nothing's really released that I can watch on my TV easily or very accessibly, I guess is the word. And overall, their attitude has been really stubborn, and honestly, like vibe that Quibi gives off in terms of what they've said and what they've announced so far after the launch of the service, they just seem really stubborn and prideful, and they just seem that there's too hard-headed to admit that this whole mobile streaming service thing won't work, or at least that it's not worth it right now. And just in July alone, it was reported that Quibi lost 92% of its subscribers, which, if I'm good at math, that means basically almost, pretty much, just about 100%. Which sucks because I think Quibi's idea for shorter, faster content to consume would be cool, but it sounds like they more likely will be closing their doors within the next few months if they keep losing subscribers and if they continue this insane drop-off that they're having right now. However, I think despite Quibi's huge flop with their launch, I think they can still gain some footing and right their wrongs. First thing they need to do, and this is a game plan, Quibi, feel free to take it. You don't need to throw me any money. $2 is fine, whatever, but this is what I have in terms of what I feel they could do to fix things. First they need to fix is is just TV apps. It's simple, it's easy, and it's fast. I don't think this would be something that's that hard to do, and I really don't think this is something that in general people are going to say no to. I don't think any Quibi subscriber is saying no, I don't want to watch this on my TV. I think they need to completely trash this whole mobile only content idea and instead completely focus on the short form bite-sized content that they have going now. So this would mean Quibi apps for Fire Stick, Roku, Android TV, Apple TV, and also making a website so people can watch Quibi on their computers, their laptops, that sort of thing. Second thing is, I think Quibi needs to really take their content more seriously. Now, remember those good shows I talked about? They still have good shows, but for every good show, there's about 3 really awful, just disgusting reality TV shows that feel like they're from 2003 MTV, like, and not the good MTV that aged well, like Fantasy Factory or like Real World or The Challenge or something like that. It just feels gross and just like almost disgusting and just effortless. I mean, just watch like an episode of Chrissy's Court and I promise you'll throw up in your mouth. This shit is awful. Like, it doesn't feel fun. It just feels weird. Like, it feels like a staged YouTube original, like back when YouTube was making original content, like when they first started making original content, like that shit, it feels just whack, bro. Drop these shows, focus on content that will actually get people to talk about stuff, focus on content that's actually going to be a water cooler show, stuff like The Fugitive and The Stranger. These are shows that are actually good. These are shows that genuinely make an attempt to be cinematic in terms of how they're produced, how they work, how they look, and I think that's really important. It's also something that if you look at Apple TV, they don't have a huge catalog of shows, but the shows that Apple does have, they're pretty fucking good and they're really high quality and they're filmed exceptionally well. I think Quibi needs to take a note from Apple and just not try to do what Netflix does, where they just have the huge budget to do reality show, comedy, documentary, film series, all this shit. They have to just focus on the good content, and I really think that's all you need to do. And the content being short should make it cheaper and should make it more affordable to make more content also. Now keep in mind, I haven't used Quibi in a few weeks. I don't know if they've changed this, but from what I remember, you were not allowed to screen record or take screenshots of the content you were watching on your phone. Sharing content with people is how most content gets super popular. Netflix has had amazing success with stuff like Bird Box and Stranger Things, all due to word of mouth and conversation on social media. If I can't take a screenshot just to show someone what I'm talking about, or if I can't take a screenshot of a funny scene or something like that to make a meme out of it or just something, it really destroys the essence of sharing content. And it really just kind of, it's weird because Quibi is supposed to be this mobile focused service, but then they're also not super big on you sharing the service, which is weird because I feel like mobile devices' huge selling point is that you can be social with them, you know? So I don't know what they're doing. Again, they might have fixed this since then. I haven't used Quibi in a few weeks, so they might have gone back and wrapped this up and got it all together now, and maybe now you can do it, but when I was using it, you couldn't. Next thing I think that's holding Quibi back, this is a little extra, this isn't really something they gotta do, but I think it's something they could do, and I think it's something they should do, is just fully come out and publicly drop the mobile content thing. Now, I know they won't do this. This is definitely not going to happen. They're not going to go back on their word, but I think when this service first launched, it launched as the mobile streaming service. That was what everyone knew it as. I don't even think it was really marketed that the content was short. I think it was just marketed that you could watch it on your phone and that it was only on the phone. That's kind of what most people I know understood it. Most people I know that know about Quibi, they don't know that it's short, 5-8 minute episodes. They just know that it's only on the iPhone and that it's only on your Android phone or whatever it is. So I think they publicly just need to drop that. Drop the mobile only shit. Just go straight to, we make short content that's really easy to watch. You can finish a whole season in an afternoon on a lunch break or something and be good. So I think that's awesome. I really like the content that I've seen. Honestly, I would say if you guys are on the fence with Quibi, it's not as bad as everyone says it is. It's not as good as I thought it was going to be. It's not as good as a lot of celebrities were hyping it up to be. It's definitely nowhere near contending with like stuff like HBO Max, Netflix, Hulu, or even Apple TV. Like I said, Apple TV doesn't have a huge library, but what they do have, it's really solid content. I would say get your trial. You can watch all these shows in one day that you want to watch, literally. So get your trial. I think it's 2 weeks now instead of 3 months. So get that, knock it out, get your shows. And I don't know. It sucks. I think the idea that Quibi has is super sick, but I just think they're too stupid and stubborn on this idea of mobile content that they're not really gonna get away from that. And I kind of wish they would, because I just feel like they put themselves in this huge box of focus on the phone, short form content. They really limited themselves on what they could do. And it sucks because if you actually watch some of the shows on a TV, they look really good. I watched 50 States of Fright on a TV. Don't ask how, but I did. And it looks great. The shows are actually filmed really good. So they didn't just, film shows like crap because they knew that they were going to be on the phones. and that's why they won't do TV. It's legitimately they just don't want to. So either way, that's my rant on Quibi. If you guys use the service, let me know what you think of it. Do you guys like it? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Are you just there for the trial? Did you enjoy the trial? Let me know. And I guess I'll be back with more videos. I don't really know what this channel's gonna be. I'm just kind of recording shit and posting it. So if you like it, thank you. If you don't like it, that's okay. The content's probably not for you anyways. Either way, hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm out.